Now in 1821, a mosquito-borne virus called yellow fever attacked St. Augustine. Now they did not understand how this virus was spread, so when the hemorrhagic fever caused liver failure and your skin to turn yellow and your stomach to bleed and you would vomit black bile, they thought you were contagious. So if you slipped into a coma, they would just bury you as quickly as possible. Well, as there were 3 different waves of yellow fever that swept through St. Augustine, they started to make room for more of the dead. There are some 900 people buried in the cemetery here. It does not look like it with just the existing headstones, but there is public graves or mass graves. There's also a lot of the wood markers would have deteriorated. So as they were moving graves, I guess one of the perks of being a grave digger is you can crack a casket or two and take a memento, somewhat of like a gratuity, I guess, for being a grave digger. And as these grave diggers were cracking caskets, they noticed something sinister and terrible indeed. Claw marks on the inside of these caskets. Yes, people had been buried alive. Well, if you had seen such a sight, you would of course tell your spouse. Your spouse, not knowing who else to tell, would tell a friend, and word quickly spread that people, yes, had been buried alive in this cemetery here, the public burial grounds. Well, another man by the name of George Bateson in the 1850s was petrified of being buried alive. So he brought a custom that dates back to Europe in the 1600s of a bell that would be a patch to a string run through an air hose that went into the coffin and be attached to a finger, wrist, or toe. Now before this, people would be burying their loved ones with food and drink. So I guess if you woke up out of this coma and you're in a black box, at least you could quench your thirst and fill your belly as you slowly asphyxiated. Or burying yourself with a hatchet or a pickaxe. Again, maybe not understanding the full laws of Newton, that hand coming out of the dirt in those zombie movies doesn't really happen, because the minute they crack that casket, gravity takes in and the asphyxiation again takes over. But with Bateson, if you woke up in this coffin and it was dark and started thrashing around, a bell would ring. They would dig you up, and hence you were saved by the bell. Now, if you could afford the $4 and a Bateson belfry system, when they raised that gate at night and it was a cold, dark cemetery, and you have Indians, you have pirates and other brigands, you did not want to be sitting out here waiting for that bell to ring in those cold, dark nights. So you would hire someone to sit all night in the graveyard doing the graveyard shift. And should you be lucky enough, let's say during the graveyard shift, they hear this bell ringing and dug you up, news travels very slow back in the day, so you would be walking down the street, someone who's been saved by this bell, and a friend would see you and say, "You look just like my good friend, but you can't be, for he is passed." He would say, "Well, I was, or am, the dead ringer." And hence, these are where these terms have come.